Welcome to GamesWorld. Tonight is Fight Night with Beat the Elite.
Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Welcome to GamesWorld. It's Friday, so it's time to play Beat the Elite. And through the length and breadth of TV land, engineers are busy tapping their panels saying, I can't believe it, the viewing figures have completely disappeared. Of course they have, because you're all here watching us, as you were on Monday, when you saw a superb competition where 5 players came together and we ended up with one champion who's earned the right to come back into this ring tonight and take on our very own Videators, the greatest group of players in the entire world. So without further ado, please let's welcome this week's champion, Mr. Richard Prendas. Come on. Richard Prendas, who is our champion. It was a brilliant competition that you won on Monday, and you're back. You're pleased to be back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't taken that jacket off all week, have you?
No.
Wearing it with pride. The Eliminator jacket, the most sought-after jacket on British television, ladies and gentlemen. Right, now, you know what happens now? Now you have to play against the big ones, all right? You've played in the Premier League and you've won that. Now we see how you do at international level, okay? Now, the first game we'll explain to you now. And to do that, please welcome my co-presenter and the man who knows more about video games than I know about food, from Nintendo Magazine System, Mr. Tim Boone.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. The first game tonight, Bob, is Cash Dash. It's that great game in which you run around collecting as many coins as you possibly can, avoiding the robots. There's a very strict time limit, though, 1 minute. Stop for nothing, avoid the robots, use the icons. It's crucial that Richard picks up as many as he can, because these are the points he'll be using to gamble when he plays our Videators later on in the show. If I can just take 1 minute just to say to all the thousands of people who've written in, you can't buy this game in the shops. I'm sorry, it's exclusive to the show, but let's take a look at it now.
So, Richard, you understand the game? It's time to have a go at it. Let's crack on. Please take your seat at the console. And if I could just take a minute to say to the thousands of people who've written in, unfortunately, these dinner jackets aren't available in the shop. They are exclusive to this show. All right? You've got 60 seconds, Richard. And remember, you've got to get as many as you can, because they're the points that will carry you through the game. Are you quite ready? Your 60 seconds starts when you hear the bell right now.
Okay, away we go. And as you can see, Richard's in the centre of the screen. The idea is to pick up as many coins as he possibly can. Now, these robot things that are jumping around, they can actually stall him. You can punch them out of the way if Richard uses his punch button, as he's sort of practising now. Now, the key thing in the game, Bob, is to find out where the clusters of coins are. And right now, they're in the bottom left. He's not doing well. He's not doing too well, actually. 9 points. We're looking for 50 as a good score in this game.
And he needs those icons as well.
Absolutely. He's running around. He's not actually ambulating himself a bit too well at all. But he has just frozen the robots by running over the freeze icon, which is a good sign. He's now at 15. He needs to get a spurt on. Definitely. If I was him, I'd go down to the bottom middle of the screen, because that's where most of the coins are. Get down there, Richard. That's the idea.
There you go.
Pick 'em up.
Go.
Here we go. Now hit the icon. No, he's been stalled by a robot. Hit the icon. Run over the icon.
Hit the icon.
Run over the icon, Richard. If you can hear me, run over the icon. Unfortunately, you can't. So therefore, he's racing around, pick up as many coins as possible. 28 points is not too hot. He's running out of time. He's got 10 seconds left. This is not looking too good. 8, and he's running out of time now. That's it, excellent. He's got to speed up. Pick up as many as you can. Don't get stuck on the scenery.
3,
oh dear, oh dear,
2,
oh dear. What's he got? Oh, he's out of time. This is
That's
all.
That's it.
And Bob, at the end of the first round, Richard has picked up 37 coins.
37 points. It's all right. It's not a great score, but it's all down now to how you gamble. Now, let me explain exactly what happens. Tim will explain the game that you're going to play, right, against one of our Videators. And then I'll ask you to gamble from those 37 points. And then, and only then, will we take you over to the Wheel of Misfortune, and you'll randomly select the Videator that you're going to be playing against. Okay, you understand? Yeah. Fine. So, Tim, please explain the game.
For sure, Bob. The next game tonight you can buy in the shops. This is Evander Holyfield boxing on the Mega Drive. Very straightforward game. Just beat the hell out of your opponent, get him up against the ropes, trap him in the corner. We don't mess about with rounds or rules or things like that. We play 1 round, knock out your opponent, no messing.
Evander Holyfield boxing, a great video game. You've got 37 points. Tell me, young sir, how many do you want to gamble?
10 points.
10 points. 10 points, that's fine. Now, take the mallet. Let me explain how this works. This will spin round random electronic selection. And when you bang that, it will stop. And whichever Videator it stops at, that's how you're going to be playing, all right? You understand? Okay. So when I tell you, firstly, let's please spin the wheel. Right, whenever you're ready, give it a good hard whack. It's the Ninja.
faster than a speeding bullet and more deadly than something very deadly indeed. This can only be the Ninja. Street Fighter 2, Evander Holyfield, you name it. If the game's got punch, this man is kicking.
Honourable Ninja, great pleasure to see you yet again. Richard, please meet the Ninja. Ninja, Richard.
Hey.
Now, you're playing boxing, and he's bet 10 points that he can beat you very, very easily.
Do your best, because your best won't be good enough.
How do you feel? You feel confident?
Yeah.
Yes. One word, that's all we need to get the game commenced. Can I ask you, please, gentlemen, to take your place at the console?
Hey.
So, Tim, he's got the Ninja. Any
Absolutely.
chance?
Well, one bowl of Uncle Ben's and he's anybody's, isn't he? Excellent stuff. We're in for a good game tonight, actually. For the benefit of people at home, Rick is actually going to be playing a character called Rick Meteor on the left of the screen, and the Ninja's going to be playing the character on the right, whose name is Michael Lamb, so we're in for a good contest.
Right, so, gentlemen, if you're ready, take your controls. We start when you hear the bell, and that is right now.
Okay, away we go. Rick Meteor on the left, that's Richard obviously, and on the right is Michael Lamb, that's the Ninja. Ooh. Straight in, actually Michael Lamb's gone straight in, and already the Ninja's gone straight in, already Rick's down some, Richard's down some energy already. This is not looking too good from Richard, but he's desperately trying to fight back. The Ninja is crowding in. Oh, timing his punches to perfection, the Ninja. This is good play.
Good, that was a good jab.
Richard's coming back valiantly. I told you this would be a good contest. This is very, very tight stuff. Both these guys do know what they're doing. They're parrying each other's blows. Good uppercut there. Oh, I tell you, this is advanced play.
The important thing is you mustn't get backed into a corner.
Absolutely. Get off the ropes. That's the key thing, Richard's got to get off the ropes right now. He's got to do it quickly. The Ninja's moving in, crowding and doing a great play. Nice tactical play from both players. This is good tense stuff. They're sizing each other up, as you can see. And now they're backing off, sizing each other up. These guys are pros. I like this. This is good stuff. As you can see, good defensive moves there by Richard. This fella knows what he's doing. The Ninja's desperately trying to crowd him in, but he's already Richard's energy is halfway down. It's not looking too good. Oh, excellent blows there. Excellent. His energy is right down. This could be looking very bad for Richard. Very bad indeed. Richard's got to just come out, get off the ropes as fast as he can. Great uppercut. He's almost there. It's all over. For that convincing win by our very own fighting man. Unfortunately, Richard's down to 27 points.
Richard, very, very well done. But you came up against a coiled spring, a fighting machine, the man that we're proud of, the man who is, ladies and gentlemen, the Ninja! So, Richard, you did very well, but you lost your 10 points, so you've got 27 points now. So the gambling is now essential, okay? So what we'll do now is we'll ask Tim, please, to explain the next game.
Richard, are you ready for this one? We're now playing the bonus round of Sonic 2. We're playing the first stage of the round, which is split into 3 sections. This is a race down a twisting track. Stop for nobody. Pick up as many rings as you can. And if you can thwart your opponent, Sonic or Tails, do so quick.
So there we have it, Sonic 2. How do you feel about that, Richard?
All right.
Yeah, you feel good about that, okay? You've got 27 points. Tell me, please, how many do you wish to gamble?
15.
15, that's good. 15, a bit of brave gambling. At long last. Richard, take the mallet. You know what happens. We spin the screen, and when I tell you, give it a whack, and we'll see who you're playing, okay? Right. Can I ask you, please, to spin the wheel? In your own time, give it a good whack. You've got Big Boy Barry! Yeah!
And this man is indeed a giant. This is Big Boy Barry. Now, they say that big is beautiful. He's living proof that that's not true. But this man is Grand Master of the Mega Drive. And on Sonic 2, he is the business. You just watch him rack up records left, right, and centre. He'll take on all comers and shove them straight under the carpet. He's big, he's great, he's Big Boy Barry.
Now, listen, Madonna. No, I'm sorry. You just have to get back to my agent on it. Full next week. Yeah, sorry. See you later. Bye.
Barry, how you doing? Madonna?
Not bad. Yeah, she just won't leave me alone. Be in the new video. Be in the new video. I don't need the hassle, Bob.
I know. Yet another starlet trying to hitch their fading wagon to one of our top videators to try and boost their own pathetic little careers, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be taken in by it. Big Boy Barry, look who we've got here. We've got Richard. Say hi.
Hi, Richard.
This is Richard. and he's bet 15 points. Suddenly, the confidence zoomed up, and he said, yeah, 15 points to grind the big man well into the dust. How do you feel about that?
Well, I admire his pluck, but there's just no way, is there?
Well, I please ask you, gentlemen, to take your places at the console. I can't believe it. Madonna, Kim Basinger and us paying, what, 30, 40 pounds for a suit, and he's getting all the women.
Exclusive suits, though. Mind, he hasn't got one of these.
Uh-huh. So, come on, let's...
Okay, well, for the benefit of people at home, Richard's going to be playing Sonic, and Big Boy is going to be playing Tails.
Right, gentlemen, as always, it's the best of three. However, if somebody should happen to take a two-game lead, we'll end it there. Are you both ready? The game starts when you hear the bell, and that is right now.
Okay, away we go, racing straight away. Most rings wins, as the screen says, and off we go. Richard's testing himself out, testing his spins as Sonic. He's in the front. Tails is testing his spins too. Good play, good play. But they're both the rings total for the pair of them is not so hot, considering the amount of action they're going through at the moment. The amount of rings they're picking up does not reflect the talent that they're supposed to be showing me. And at the moment, it's fairly even Stevens. This is looking a very close contest, but as you can see, Tails has leapt into the lead. The thing about this game is that Sonic's just taken a tumble. One thing about this game is that you can be way out in front, absolutely, and then all of a sudden you've lost a lot. But at the moment, it's very convincing for Tails. Big Boy's done it for the first round. First round of Big Boy.
Tails wins.
Off we go on the second.
For the second.
No hanging around here, Bob, and away we go. Sonic's picking up the rings down the bottom there. Five and of Sonic's picking them up. Excellent. Oh, nice one. Yes, they've both got nice technique for picking up the rings, which are scattered around. Sonic's has taken a tumble, which puts Tails in the lead. This is head-to-head stuff, and oh, well done, Tails. Almost took a tumble there. Now he's up in the air. This is a convincing win for Tails on the cards here. Big Boy is playing superbly. He may be big, but he knows his stuff, and he's won again.
That's it. It's all over.
And Bob, after that humongous victory from Big Boy Barry, the score for Richard is unfortunately down to 12.
Richard, what can I tell you? When you're up against this man, Big Boy Barry, ladies and gentlemen, read it and weep. Let's hear it for the big man, Big Boy Barry! Big Boy Barry, victorious yet again. But never mind, you did well, but you're now left with 12 points. 12 points, you're struggling, okay? So when we come back after the break, it's important that you get your first victory under your belt, right? So what we'll do, you go off and have a cup of tea and a slice of cake, and we'll go and do a few laps around the building, jogging, getting back into shape. But join us, please, after this break.
On Beverly Hills 90210, the spark is lit and the romance is begun. But not everybody is pleased.
Welcome back. Thank you very much. Welcome back. And those engineers thought they were getting it back there. No. They were just channel hopping during the commercial break. They're all back with us now, okay? And they join us with Richard Premdas, who didn't fare that well, I have to say. He's played 2 Videators, he's lost both times, and he's left with 12, and I say again, 12 points. So what we're going to ask now is we're going to ask Tim Boone, please, to explain the next game.
Certainly, Bob. This is one of my all-time favourite games, and it's also one of the best sports games you're going to find on any machine. We're talking about Super Tennis on the Super Nintendo. It looks like tennis, it sounds like tennis. By Jiminy, it is tennis. This game is fast, and it requires an incredible amount of skill. If Richard's any good, he's got to be very good to beat whichever gladiator he chooses, because they're all great.
How do you feel at tennis?
Bad.
Not bad. Still being inscrutable. Not bad. You've got 12 points. I'm not going to give you any advice at all, but how many would you like to bet?
5.
5. You're going for 5. You're being cagey, thinking, I'll win this, I'll get those back. And all right, well, we'll see what happens. Can I ask you, please, now to spin the wheel? And in your own time, Richard, give it a good whack. And it's ready on automatic.
And this is the man who knows all about the sweet smell of success. In fact, he knows a few things about a few other smells as well. Ready and automatic, loves beat-em-ups, loves driving games. How's he going to do on Super Tennis, though? Well, I suppose it'll all come out in the wash.
Brad? Oh, do you ever wish you really hadn't done something? Sorry about that. Richard, this is Radian, this is Richard. Obviously, you're going to be worried because you've got to play against him, but guess what? You've got to sit next to him as well. So how do you feel? You feel good? Tennis we're playing. I can just see you all in white out there on a summer's day on the tennis court. Is that your game?
No.
A man whose wit is just as sparkling as his clothes, ladies and gentlemen. Can I ask you please to take your places at the console? This is the one for me. By all means, Street Fighter and karting games, but tennis. £3 for strawberries, hot sunny day. And Radian, I mean, has the boy got any chance, Richard?
Well, actually, I think that we're in for a bit of a surprise here, Bob, because this is not Radian's favourite game by any means. He's certainly feeling a bit off today, in fact, very off, because it's probably because the tennis players tend to wear white, and that's not his favourite colour. What we're playing for everybody at home is we're playing 3 games. Of course, if one player manages to win 2 in a row, we'll stop it right there. And do remember that Richard is actually going to be playing from the bottom of the screen and serving. He's playing a character called Rich, and Rad at the top of the screen receiving, playing a character called Phil.
If you're quite ready, best of 3, and the game starts now.
Okay, now the bottom of the screen, obviously Richard is serving. Now, is his serve any good? I think, actually, what we can do, Bob, is just slow this down, we'll lean back, have a bit of a relax.
Oh, and it's out. What a marvellous backhand return of service that was.
Yes, I think so, Bob. I think that what we're finding here is 2 players just really finding their form with each other. Well, 15 love, not a bad first service. Double fault. Well, that actually brings them back on to 15 all.
15 all. A beautiful day at Wimbledon, the sun shining.
Cup of tea, old boy. Cup of tea. Slice cake.
Cup of tea. Piece of strawberry gatto.
Absolutely.
Oh, there was an ace. We missed a top ace there. 30-15.
30-15. Good serve. Good return. Very nice return there.
Yes, he's got
nice
it.
Nice play. A bit of sad action at the top of the screen there, which actually puts Richard 40-15 ahead. Rad is not looking too good.
Game
and
point.
that's it.
An ace. That was an
Richard
ace.
has got Radion. What on earth is wrong with you? Have you eaten your greens or what?
That was an ace. They changed court now, and it's 1 game to love to Richard. That's very pleasant.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, we're ready
On
now.
with the
It's
second
1
game.
game to 0 to Richard. So Rad serving.
Rad serving indeed, and that was a fine serve from the boy
ace.
Rad. Oh, the crowd do not like that, but that was a fine service. Jimmy Connor says nothing on this man, and another excellent service. He's really shown this boy a clean pair of heels.
Do you think he's given him a game and now he's
I think that, there's a return. This is looking like, Rad has just swept into the lead with 40 love. He's on, he's on 3 game points. And, nice return. What can Rad do? Good return. Rad was certainly hiding his light under a bushel there. Richard's in a bit of trouble. However, this is a good long rally. Dan Master will be proud of them. This is good stuff. Good heavens, I'm running out of breath. This is not at all bad.
This is
good cross-court play. Oh, great dive. Can Red do it? No. Richard's there. Yes. Yes, it's 1 game all. 1 game all.
1 game all. So we go to the decider. We go to the 3rd and final game.
Well, it's actually getting quite
Rich
exciting.
is serving again, is he?
Indeed. Yeah, Rich is serving from the top. Great service. Good return by Red.
That was out. 15
love.
Come on, Rich.
This
15 love.
Good. Oh, this is great play. Great play.
That's it. 30 love. Come on, Rich.
Rich is doing excellent. The advantage is definitely with the serve here. This is great play. And obviously, Rich has had 2 serves, so in fact, he does have an advantage. But
Take
Red
time,
reckons he can take
service. Come on. That's good.
Play,
That's
good play. Oh, this is tense stuff in net play. And that's
a
another one.
very good play.
Another one. Excellent stuff.
30-15.
Indeed. Clawing back. This is tense and tight stuff, this. Oh, good play, good play. Can he claw back? No. Oh, yes. Indeed.
30 all.
30 all. This is very, very tense.
Fault.
First fault.
Tense. That was just tension that made him do that.
Indeed. I think actually that was a
good
foot fault,
second
or in
serve.
fact something worse. Goes over the net.
Yes, he's done it. 40-30. Come on.
40-30.
Come on. Match point. Match point for Rich.
Can he do it? Red's back. Red's back. Oh no! Rich has done it.
That's it.
Rich has done it. And Bob, after that nail-biting centre court battle of wits, Richard's won and he's clawed his way back to 17 points.
Richard, at last, you've come and you've won. What a brilliant game. Very, very well done. Radion Automatic. Well, it's a clean game, isn't it? It's a white game. It's summer. It's the most unlikely game I can imagine for you. Radion, go and take a shower. Radion Automatic. So Rich Rich, you pulled it back. You had 12, you bet 5, you've now got 17 points. What you can do now is this. We have a final game. The videators are gone. It's now between you and the machine. And the game that we play is Save the Maiden. Tim, please explain that game to us.
For sure, Bob. The last game tonight is Save the Maiden from Heimdall. It's that woman again. She's still in trouble. She's still being held in place by the 8 braids of her hair, by all those very nasty people in the background. Fortunately for her, you've got unlimited axes in 40 seconds to try and free her. Now, it can be done, but it's tricky.
So, there you have it. It's a very, very difficult game, but it's the one that you need to do. You need to gamble big, and you need to really go for it to get up there on our leaderboard. You've got 17 points. How many do you want to bet?
The lot.
You're going to do the lot?
Yeah.
Yes, give it up. That's what we like to see. We will have no shilly-shallying about standing on any fences at all in this show. We want people to go for Sydney or the Bush, and that's what you've done. You're going for 17 points. It's a tough game, but you're a good player or you wouldn't be standing here today. Can I ask you, please, to take your place at the console? So, Save the Maiden, very tough game because the cursor, the little green thing, never stays still, does
Absolutely, it requires a great deal of skill. This is the true test. The videators are fine, but this is the real test because this is against the machine.
Right. You okay, Richard?
Yeah.
40 seconds, and your time to Save the Maiden starts now.
Okay, here we go. Straight into action there, but unfortunately missing with the first braid.
That's the first one,
First
that's
one's
good.
down. He knows what he's doing. This is good. Not a bad display. What he needs to actually be aiming is the ones at the bottom. They're the trickiest. They're the smallest. Get them out of the way quickly first. But as you can see, that cursor has got a mind of its own. It's all over the show. But he's two up. He's still got 20 seconds though. He needs to get a spurt on now.
He's got to get 2 or 3
He's got to get
in a row
6 in
now.
about 16 seconds. He's not doing too well. Well,
it's a low one.
I think it's going to be a miracle if he does it from here. He's got to really throw every axe he's got. He's running out of time fast. We're counting down from 7.
Come on,
6.
Richard.
It's not looking good. Come on, Richard. 5, 4, 3. No, he's not going to do it. He's running out of time. It's all too much. Oh dear, he's out of time. Bob, I'm out of breath at the end of that round. He's lost everything. He's lost all his points, all 17. He's got 0.
But at this early stage, he still does actually find himself on the leaderboard, doesn't he?
Indeed he does. In fact, he finds himself in joint 2nd position with the incredible score of 0. Now, in position 1 is, of course, Matthew Niblett with a great 54. Can anybody beat that? We have to wait and see.
But do we care? Are we downhearted and disillusioned? No, we're not. We walk with pride with our head held high because this week we were the champion, all right? You've worn the jacket and you were the top man. So from Tim Boone, from me, Bob Mills, but more than anything, for our champion from this week, Richard Premdas, thank you very much. Don't forget to join us on Monday when we start all over again with the Eliminator. See you then. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
A part of the British Sky Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to GamesWorld.